Welcome back to Economics Wise. Our course for today is microeconomics and our topic is theory of firms. Please do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel as well as leave your feedbacks and topic recommendations for subsequent videos. Today we'll be talking about theory of firms, and to proceed with, I'd like to give some insight on what theory of firms is all about. Firm is simply an agent of the economy. We have four agents of the economy. We have the individual or the consumer, we have firms of business, we have government or public sector, and we also have the foreign sector. However, the theory of firm is a microeconomic concept because we are capitalizing on a certain agent of the economy. We're looking at the microscopic view of the agent of the economy, which is the firm. The theory of firm simply is a microeconomic concept that explains the actions, inactions, the behavior, decision-making processes, pricing system, and the profit approach method that is adopted by firms in an attempt to maximize profit as well as satisfy the unlimited wants of human. You would agree with me that given this broad definition, understanding the theory of firm simply gives us insight on how the underworkings of firms or why a certain system of procedure actions and inactions are being taken. Firms as an agent of the economy operates in the market system, and the market system can be classified as a point whereby there's a transactional system or an exchange process. And to understand the structure of this market, there's a need for us to understand what this market is composed of and the characteristics that also defines this market structure. To understand market structure, we have some different distinctions. We have the perfect competitive market, we have the monopoly markets, we have the oligopoly markets. We'll be treating the monopolistic competition market in further videos. Capitalizing more on the perfect competitive market, we see a perfect competitive market as a theoretical ideal market. Now, what this means is, by theory, we are expected that this market is to move in a certain direction, a parallel direction, such that it satisfies these conditions and assumptions that are being listed below. So it's a theoretical ideal market structure whereby one, all firms are to sell identical products. By identical products, it means homogeneous products that are not distinct or differentiated from each other. If a certain firm sells rice, another firm also sells that same rice. So this is one of the conditions of the perfect competitive market. Another is that a market share cannot influence prices. By market share, it means a certain portion of this market. The market can be seen as an industry whereby a firm is a unit in this industry. The industry is a conglomerate of firms, and a market share, that is the firm, cannot influence prices. Firms in this market are known to be called the price takers because, given the invisible hand mechanism, the demand and supply mechanism fixes prices in this market. Another condition is that there is a free entry and free exit structure whereby there are no restrictions to who comes into the market and who goes out of the market. Then the next is that all customers have a perfect knowledge about the market. They have perfect knowledge about the price, they have perfect knowledge about the quantity and other formations that are underlining in this market. However, given economic reality, it is very hard and uncertain to pinpoint the existence of a certain perfect competitive market because there are usually one conditions that are usually not settled given these basic assumptions of a pure perfect competitive market. Hence, we move to the monopoly market. The monopoly market can be seen as an imperfect market structure that is characterized by a single sole supplier or an exclusive producer whose product or whose goods has no substitute. By no substitute, it means that this person produces a unique product whereby he or she also can has a significant influence on the price. The monopolist can be likened to be called an opportunist as well as a price taker who influences the supply level just for him to attain profits. And what he does this by interfering with the invisible hands mechanism. A monopolist, however, the monopoly market, however, has some basic conditions and assumptions that works with this. One, goods produced in this market has no substitutes. Two, there is only a single seller in this market. Three, there is a restricted barrier to entry. It means it satisfies the same condition as well as some restrictions that are made by the government, that are made by the control over natural resources, economies of skills, technical superiority, capital requirements, and other negative externalities that restrict a certain firm from entering into this market. To understand the concept of government license, government can decide to give license or patent rights as well as intellectual property or copyright to different firms or different individuals such that people are restricted from imitating their creative innovations or creative affairs. So this, however, creates a form of monopoly power to the existing body who had received this government license. Another case can be seen as technical superiority. Take the case of Nigeria in terms of refining our crude oil resources. We have to transport these crude oil resources to overseas for it to be for it to be refined as well as transported back into the Nigeria economy. So technical superiority in this sense can be seen that in terms of refinery, we have no control because we are not the sole supplier of this refinery, but the companies overseas can be classified as a monopoly over Nigeria. So they have significant influence on these prices as well as we have no substitute refinery. Other conditions are also control of natural resource, capital requirements, and other negative externalities that keeps a potential firm out of this market. To explain oligopoly, we also see oligopoly as an imperfect market structure that is characterized by few producing firms that constitute an industry such that they are quite interdependent on each other and their decisions also affect one another. One of the basic assumptions in this market is that products in this market can either be differentiated or homogeneous. There's also a barrier to entry in this market. Producers have control, they have significant control over price, but there's a mutual interdependence because there's few producers in this market and the decision of one impacts another. To explain this in real sense, let's take an hypothetical example of a telecommunication company. Let's take the case of MTN, Ethel, Glow, and Nine Mobile. MTN as a telecommunication body is regulated by a firm such that if at all the prices of recharge card for MTN is increased, it affects the profit sales of Airtel. How is this possible? Imagine a person with two SIMs, MTN and Airtel. Given the rise in prices of Airtel MTN recharge card, the person can switch to Airtel and this increases the profit potential of the Airtel company. So this explains the context of mutual interdependence amongst this producing firm. However, in real life, this game, there's a need for them to collude. By collusion, it means there's a need for them to take joint decision on how and what is the best pricing decision that they should take that would be beneficial to everybody. So this oligopoly system is widely and broadly explained by the game theory. Other hypothetical example includes media sector, commercial air travel, beverage firms, and many more. Moving to the last slide for today, we have efficiency of firm. Given scarce resources in the market, in the economy, and the firm's drive to provide to satisfy human wants as well as maximize profit potential. There is a need for them to allocate resources efficiently such that these resources are not wasted but are efficiently utilized. Efficiency can, in this context, can be classified into the allocative efficiency and the productive efficiency. By allocative efficiency, it means the firms decide to allocate resources such that production is equal to what the consumer demands, or production is equal to what the society wants or what the society prefers. Productive efficiency is when the firm is operating at maximum capacity, and this is best explained given our different resources in terms of land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship, whereby firms decide to use all these factors combined maximally to produce goods and services. However, note that it can either be excess or even less. So given this scenario, we already understood what the theory of firms is about. We've understood the different market structure as well as efficiency of firm. Please do leave a comment in the comment section on further videos you want me to make. And do like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.